What kind of changes do you think people will see in their lives if Medicare for All is passed? Okay, so I think one of the most obvious things that is going to happen is that people aren't going to be working jobs that they hate because of their health insurance. They're going to take chances. They're going to start restaurants that they've been wanting to start and not worry about whether they'll be able to afford insulin. They're going to start video production companies with friends that they've been talking about doing for years without having to worry about what will happen if their family gets sick. And then there's the biggest benefit: people will be healthier and happier. How many people now don't have the means to treat their mental health issues? How many people go years and years without seeing a doctor or a dentist? How many people just wait, hoping whatever is wrong with them will just go away? Imagine if that is no longer the case. I mean, imagine what life would look like if you never had to worry about health insurance again. Imagine what your marriage would look like. What would your relationship with your children look like if you never had to worry about a medical bill again? Imagine how much more fun life would be without that burden on your shoulders. That's what we should be concentrating on. And I know on a personal level that if Medicare for All was a reality, I would finally get hearing aids. As many people around me know, I have partial hearing loss in both my ears. Health insurance through my employer has always had deductibles way too high for me to really be able to afford it, or really for the expense to be worth it, since my hearing loss is not like enough that it makes my life unbearable without hearing aids. Still, it's enough to know that I have missed entire conversations, and I've certainly never been the friend you can whisper to. But I don't know if that's like a horrible thing. I know I've made life for the people closest to me somewhat annoying when I have to constantly ask them to speak louder. There have been times in workplaces I know that I have been deemed slow or dumb because I simply didn't hear when someone was talking to me. I have learned usually to introduce myself to people telling them that I have trouble hearing, and if they don't speak loud enough, I won't be able to hear them. I don't want them to be offended, and I'm sorry for it. I apologize for that. Still, I don't do this all the time because it's honestly a little bit embarrassing for me. But if you saw me in the debate recently, some of you probably noticed how much more embarrassing it is to not let people know when you have hearing loss. I spent most of the time that debate struggling to hear the moderator's questions, and this is the kind of thing that is pretty common throughout my life, and I know so many people have it harder than I do. Usually I can get by with asking people to speak up, and I'm pretty unapologetic about my love for subtitles, but Medicare for All would really change that. For me, especially, and I know that it would change that for a lot of people everywhere. Vote for Sam Vega on March 3rd. Voten por Sam Vega el 3 de marzo.